What is up, guys? Wallow J here. I'm here with my co-host Egg. Egg, say what's up to the peoples.
What is up to the peoples?
Also joining us, our other co-host. He is a dream. The dream, Stephen Aiken. Say hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
And our guest today,
Don't clap, throw money.
Nunchit.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro? Yeah, thank you for coming in late. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I got the time zone wrong, but I made it.
Yeah, thank you. We're like, what the hell, man?
Nobody
We were
lives
talking
in Central.
Everyone has a special friend, and Nunchuck's ours. Really special.
Yes.
I'll be
yes.
special. Special.
You are special.
Thank you, sir. I'm specially awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot, we lost one. I was wondering what happened. I didn't know what happened.
While I was dying here, he
Usually that's
can't-
when he
can't
starts
come
coming
back from
in.
that.
He's
It's
like,
just like,
oh, hey, we're the PGF insiders, guys. And so we're here this week.
hey. So I mean, here's the thing: November 3rd through 8th, PGF season 7. It's almost here. It's almost here. It snuck up on us, and well, we got to do some things, right?
We did.
I do a
we
lot of
did.
things between now and then. Man.
So
These are a lot of hard
so
names to
the
learn.
the final roster spots were announced on Friday. So we decided that, hey, what better way to kick off the weekend than with some power rankings? You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna do a whole draft. I mean, that's the crazy
Yeah.
thing. Like, we're this is the way too early power rankings draft. I mean, we're just gonna, hey, that I'll tell you, it kind of snuck up on us because, like, there was like, okay, here's one person, here's another person, and then all of a sudden, bam, we got the whole damn roster, and it's like, I'll admit, I haven't had enough time to really do all the analysis I want, but guess what? You don't always have all the time you want, and so it's go time. We're almost there, so we're gonna do a draft, and we'll see how that goes.
Here's the question: when do we bust out those power rankings?
Well, I mean, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Who goes
I mean,
first?
so we have a special guest that we need to talk to first. Somebody that's gracing us with his presence. Somebody that created the whole PGF. Somebody that is the Commish. And so I think we should probably talk to him first, and then we can do our scuttlebutt with the rankings, the draft, etc. But let's get the straight gouge from the man.
Scuttlebutt.
What is
that is a naval term for the water fountain on a ship.
And
what does that got to do with a draft?
Analogies, man. He's probably full of them.
Because the man
Listen, I got
down there,
for that.
he knows everything. He's the one with all all the knowledge that we need and we desire.
Oh, Brandon is the proverbial water fountain here.
Listen.
Okay.
That was the worst bring me on of all time.
Yeah, I'll do better.
No, look, that's okay. We're going to do it better right now. Take me off and then bring.
Scuttlebutt
Friends
his
like these
way to
guys.
the PGF
Friends like these.
insiders.
Yeah, everybody, quiet. Dream, do us the honors, please.
I mean, coming on right now to the PGF insiders, Scuttlebutt his way into your hearts. 6 seasons deep right now. You know him. You love him. He's the man of the hour, the man with the power. He's too sweet to be sour. It's B-Mac, the Commish.
Hey! See, that was better.
Well, that's his job. That's what he does.
I just freelance, dog. I don't have it's not his job.
You announce people. That's your job.
That was way better.
Thank you.
I just
Thank
made
you.
it
That
all
was
up right
much
there. Just
better.
freestyled that.
Egg, you almost got fired just then, dog.
Dang.
I'm always almost getting fired. It's my life. It's whatever.
Well, we did want Jim Ross to replace him, so
Oh,
we kind of
God.
were hoping that he would do the qualifier so he could win it and get replaced by JR, but did not happen.
Listen, I got big plans for Egghead this year, so I can't be.
Oh, do tell. What are his big plans for this
Dude,
year?
okay, so I'm setting him and Jason Anik, John Anik's brother, Jason.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know him. He has a pod. He's done some stuff with UFC Fight Pass. Me and him have worked together on Fight Pass a little bit. And then he has a podcast with Bilal Muhammad. But he's a sports dork. This is why it's the perfect combo. He's a sports dork. He loves fantasy, but he also isn't super deep in the jiu-jitsu game. MMA, super deep. Jiu-jitsu game, not as deep. And so we're going to put him together with Egghead, and they're going to have their own like statisticians, fantasy nerd corner, and we're going to cut
nerdery.
to them during the broadcast a bunch of times. Anyway, I'm super excited about that actually. So I got big plans for you, Egghead. I'm moving you up in the world, dog.
Let's go.
Listen, I think that's where Egg's going to shine for sure.
I think
Given
so, too.
that role is definitely something that he's really going to be able to flex on when he gets there. That's nice.
Hey, how are we feeling about the roster? It's
Feeling
looking
really
pretty
good.
strong.
It's the most stacked top to bottom that we've ever had for sure. Like there's usually, we'll bring some guys on. They're there to get dunked on, There's not a lot of that in this roster here. It's not a lot of dunks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
man,
I'm really trying to figure out who's going to score points on each other, and how a lot here. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see, there's some guys that maybe by the end of the week can start, getting ran down or whatever a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of hard to even look at the whole roster and think of a top to bottom like list to even come up with if you wanted to really try to give it a good go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the level of talent on this season is off the charts. And you're right. It's gonna be really hard to score this season. Hardest season to score ever. But the new stalling rules that we just put in last season, we've been working really hard in the off season. Like we've done an officials training program. I've been bringing the officials with me to the qualifier so we can practice this, how we want to call this thing. We've got multiple meetings that are happening behind the scenes, just going over rules and scenarios and what happens if this and what happens if this. We're bringing in another experienced referee to help us out, and we're pulling the trigger fast on these stalling calls. So we are going to force the action. Like you're going to be forced to take some risk and make some mistakes and all of that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be harder to score if this was the season 5 rule set, let's say. Same rule set, but without the stalling calls, right? Or if this was the season 6 rule set even, points might be hard to find. But with us pushing the pace, I think it's going to end up being about the same level of scoring that we're used to seeing.
So
I did.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it. Okay. I just say I did think it was a nice touch when I've noticed that you were bringing the referees to the qualifiers, getting reps on it, and you guys were trying to like really nail down that process because I think that was one of the bigger like things with last season that we could have cleaned up overall. And I think working through that, I've heard you have explanations over time that got gradually more and more clear as times went on. I don't think you've said it on here with us though, but can you kind of clarify the position that you have now as to who isn't going to be like needing to initiate more movement on top versus bottom?
Yes, it's always going to be the defensive player. Okay, so let's think about a position like the one that, and I saw him just chime in here just a second ago, our season 6 champion, the great Andy Varela. Also saw Alex Wendling chiming in. What's up? What's up, Andy? Hey, I'm out of the seating. I have to talk to these guys.
Oh no.
No official rulings coming down from the PGF. So
He's going to have to stick around to find out in a bit.
So
Find
let's
out.
talk about a position that Andy got into a lot during season 6. He's very good at passing the guard straight to north-south. He would get out to north-south and he would clamp down on these guys. And then they wouldn't make a big explosion because they knew that they were going to have to give up their back in order to, if they made a big explosion. But also they couldn't recover back to their guard. But they were like trying to be patient and wait it out. That's stalling on the guy who's on bottom position. So what I'm trying to do as we build these rules is I'm trying to build the rules in favor of offense. Any sports league that you watch, the NBA, the NFL, whatever, pick a sport. If it's popular and it's on TV, they push, when they make a rule change, they push the rules in favor of the offense, right? So like there probably was a time in football when you could hit the guy while the ball was in the air. And that wasn't interference until they figured out nobody was ever going to score like this. And so they started saying, I'll tell you what, you got to let the ball get to the receiver before you can hit it. You got to give him a chance to catch it before you can. Well, that's a totally artificial boundary that's been put in place to allow offense to shine. That's what we're going to try to do. That's an example of what we're going to try to do.
I mean, why is there a shot clock, right?
Exactly.
A shot clock is in there because they don't want the four corners, offense. That just slows the game down. They want actual offense, and everything that Brandon has put in place with the PGF is for offense, for excitement for the fans.
So do you wait? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. No, Chuck.
So do you wait till a guy is stalling throughout the match, or is there like, say, the first time he stalls, he stays on bottom and a position doesn't move for however long? Would that be an immediate stall and call, or are we going to wait a few times?
No, there's a call. So I've got the referees counting, boom, visibly with their hand this time, so that everybody knows what's going on and if they're on the clock. So he goes, "You're on the clock." Boom, 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 boom. 5, and at 5, he's pushed. This is a warning. Boom, boom, boom. All right, here comes the first penalty now. And then shot clock's on.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to show us a 10 count. The shot clock is 20 seconds, but he's going to show us a 10 count, And so that's the idea. I want to see that hand moving. I don't want anybody to wonder what the stalling criteria is. Like,
so that starts immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as he says he's on,
once the position stops.
As soon as he's going, "Hey, what's the deal here?"
Okay.
You might be stalling. Like,
Is
just
this
being in
going to be
position.
completely on the referee to decide this now, or is
The
there going
on
to
the
be a
mat
table?
referee is making that call.
I like that, and he's got the
And then
authority.
the shot clock and all of this, and this is all being run from the outside. The official timing on how long it's going, the whistle, the flag, all that's coming from the sideline. The on
And
the
it was
mat
on the screen.
ref. That's right. And then they're going to be communicating back and forth as well. So we got a mat side ref, we got a match ref, and then we got the table ref. And they've all got jobs to do during the match.
Nice.
You
Okay, I
guys
got
didn't get
2
it.
questions.
Like-
Hold on. Hold that
Sorry.
thought, bro.
Go ahead.
2 questions. In the Vegas qualifier, we saw where Dory Ayun chose not to go to grapplers to wrestling position.
Yes.
Is everybody going to be able to do that? Be able to have the option of, yeah, let's go to wrestling, to the wrestling position, or no, I'm good here. We're going to move from here. Is that how
if
it's
I
going to?
recall correctly, the moment that you're talking about, he was in side control, correct?
Yes.
And all right, that was a mistake. That should have been a call and put him on the referee position.
Okay.
If he was on the back or the mount, we would have let him make the choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Because those positions are upgraded already from referee's position.
Okay.
Referee's position is an upgrade from side control.
Ooh.
Make sense?
Ooh.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So then my
Okay, listen.
my
You're
second question.
thinking big.
But
boy
it's dealer's
jiu-jitsu.
choice.
You're
That's
thinking
the
big
point,
boy
though.
jiu-jitsu. You gotta let that
Well,
Americana
that's
go out of your
what's
heart.
going down right here. Listen, no. I learned
If we're
how to do it
going,
better this year. It's
we're
even
still
more deadly.
if we're still going with wrestling referees position, are guys gonna hold the belly and the elbow like in folk style wrestling, or are they just gonna kind of hang
Oh.
on them? You know,
Yeah, they're gonna be. You start referee's position, middle finger on the belly button, other hand behind the elbow, outside foot can post. Go.
All right. So my second question, the penalties, because at the
Mhm.
qualifier, if you got a stalling call and it went to a decision, immediately whoever got the stalling call lost. Is that going to affect those ties now in the regular season, or is that not going to be
No,
the same?
no, and we have to do things a little bit differently during the qualifier
Okay.
than what we would do in the regular season because we have to advance somebody because the qualifier is an actual bracket. It's not a season. We don't play it out like a miniature season. So we have to advance somebody. And so in the qualifier, and I'm going to make this change from the qualifiers moving forward, by the way, since you mentioned this, because I wasn't happy with the result of one of those matches, but it was what I had said in the rules meeting, so I had to honor it, right?
For
But
sure.
yeah, he advanced. Was it Dory that he lost his match? That's what it was. He
lost his match.
because the other guy had a penalty. But really, by everybody's estimation, he should have won the match.
Yeah.
Right? He should have won the match. In the what I said in the qualifier to them in the rules meeting is that if it ended with a penalty, the other guy advances. In the qualifiers, what's up, Josh Nipper, Daily Triangle in the house? As the qualifiers move forward, it will be that Commish can override a penalty. What I want is stronger than a penalty in the qualifiers. Because again, the qualifier is half American Idol tryout.
That's fair.
So
You say that too, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the season, if you get 3 and it goes to a draw, then it's a 2 points to the other guy. But you got to get 3.
So if you get the 3, the action stops immediately. It's like, dog, you got 3 already. There's 2 minutes left, but we're going to give the 2 points to so and so.
No. If he gets 3 and it goes to a draw,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
it goes to 2. If you get 5, it stops immediately.
And he still only gets 2.
That's right.
Damn, that's a lot of leeway.
That's just
5.
embarrassing, though.
I mean, if you get 5 stalling calls in one match,
go home.
I mean, you overtake Kevin's
That's the
throne,
idea.
you know?
If this
Call it
happens
Sleeping
5
Beauty.
times, you don't want to be here. Let's just end the match. But it could happen 3 times. Like it almost happened with Varela and Jet. It almost happened. Maybe it even should have happened. Like maybe this year it would have happened, you know? So I'm so glad that that 3rd one didn't get called in that match because that would have taken away like this ultra dramatic moment and it worked out good. But man, during the match, I was like, y'all, what if this turns out to be a ending on a penalty? I was going to be so upset. Alex,
We got a question.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
got a question
Paulo.
from Alex Hall, season
4
vet. Yeah. He's saying, how many qualifiers are you all anticipating for future seasons?
I'm thinking probably 3. Probably 3. I don't know for sure yet. We're going to do at least 3 seasons next year in 2025. I want 4. Everybody else is telling me slow down. We can just do 3, and I'm like, dude, we're doing 4. So, but I'm the only one who's saying we're doing 4. I'm the only one pushing for it. But that's because I'm a crazy person, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't do things like a normal person.
I love you, Commish, but I'm just saying, like, we only got so much freaking time to take off work.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I mean, that's
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just
Like, you're
saying.
easily replaceable, son.
We're going to do 4.
Stat man.
I'm going to get what I want.
I get 20 days of PTO a year. I can just use it all for PGF.
Listen,
That's the
Joe
smartest
Rogan
thing
doesn't
to
do
do.
every pay-per-view, you know?
That's terrible.
And
It's true.
you know what? If one happens without you, you'll appreciate it even more when the next one rolls around.
Indeed.
It's true.
Hey, what's been the response on the new docuseries?
Nice.
How's that? I mean, obviously we're watching because
Yeah.
we're freaking dorks and we watch everything PGF related. But I mean, as soon as it comes on, I'm on my phone, just like watching, and then I watch it at night again before I go to bed. So, what's the feedback like?
The feedback's been incredible. It's been universally really good. The only thing that anybody's complained about is that Andy was on the cover of the 5th episode with his belt on. So they're like, "Oh, we didn't know who won." I'm like, "It already happened." There was no.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Okay, in
I
hindsight.
spoiled it months ago. No, but I get what they're saying. Yeah, but that's literally the only complaint that I've had, and I've heard it once. Everything else, the response has been really good, man. It's not like a viral thing or anything like that, but the response has been really, really good. I think with it, the fact that it's a series is going to lend to it. Naturally, it's going to be less viral potential to it, but the watch time, the subscribers that are coming into the channel, yeah, like right now, the social media channels for PGF are growing faster than they were growing during season 6 by a long shot,
Oh wow.
by a large margin. So the momentum is actually higher right now than it was during season 6, not just in the lead up. So the lead up to 7 is bigger than the culmination of 6. So it's going pretty well. Momentum is, much, much stronger than it's ever been. Much.
Make
Nice.
some believers out of people with the rule set. A lot of people are like, I don't know about this PGF. It's weird. Now a lot of those
It is
people are on board now.
Well, the thing is, it's a lot to keep up with. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta try to keep up with this every night for 6 nights. Like, yeah, that's what we got going on, but it's a lot. It's a lot going on. So, not everybody's got time to sit down and commit to it, but that's part of the fun of the fantasy to me, is that you can participate in it without, having to sit and commit to everything. You can just play the fantasy, you get the results, you get to see what happened, you can go check in on the stats. Like, it's a season. Not everybody gets to see every game, but you still want to keep up with the results. And I want to go check the scoreboard. Like, I haven't watched an Alabama football game yet this year, but
Yep.
I have checked the ESPN every week and looked at the box score and seen how it played out, watch a couple of highlights, and then I'm out of there. Did Bama win yesterday? Who did they play yesterday?
Yeah, like by a couple points.
Can you
I
pull
don't
it off
remember.
PC, Brandon?
Who did they
I
play
just
yesterday?
Some high school.
SEC team, I'm not sure.
Word.
But I just can't believe we lost to Vandy. I saw that. I haven't even looked at any of it.
It is what it is.
We got a question here. How many more seasons away from having permanent teams?
I mean, that is something that could be a reality in the next 18 months to 2 years to have the first one. But this is something that has a lot of thought that has to be put into it. Like, that's not something that we can just do, because we'll be asking a very, very high price for a permanent team, like a very high price. I'm not looking to give those away, but there have been individuals that have shown interest in being like the first Mark Cuban of the PGF. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so
Not
hypothetical
Mark Cuban,
question.
by the way. Not Mark Cuban. Let me be clear.
Oh, we'd be set.
The Mark Cuban of the PGF.
But like, how he owned he was the owner of the Mavericks. He's a rich guy
He's
and bought
yeah.
the Mavericks. And like, there's been interest from more than one person that have shown interest in doing that with like permanent PGF teams. I'm like, okay,
So,
well, we have to think about what that looks like and how much do we want for that? Because maybe we don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe we want to hang on to this, but
okay,
I
let's
can
say
be convinced pretty easy if that dollar sign starts calling.
let's say the insiders, the PGF insiders group, holdings corporation comes in, with a nice offer of around $5 million, whatever, for a team.
Okay, we can talk about that. That's for sure.
Okay,
I will
cool.
make that happen.
Stream
Now,
is he lagging?
the question is, will we have a team in every weight class, or is it just for a specific weight class?
It would be every weight class. Yeah, it would be every
That sounds
season
like
moving forward.
Listen, that sounds like a sound
Allegedly.
investment.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's a
well,
good
it's like I
question.
told my wife.
I actually never thought of that. Like somebody could just buy the 170 team.
Right.
Huh. I have to think about that. But yeah, in my mind, it was they would just own a team at
Well,
every
I'm
weight class.
I'm
that
giving
came
you
up.
five milli for because I want a team every weight class.
Yeah, the problem is you're not really giving me 5 milli. So that's an
Okay.
issue.
Listen, I will talk to the board of directors.
See, I really don't even think that's enough, though.
I'm saying.
Probably
Well, if you get
not,
in first,
but
that's kind of the point. It's like that's why
Yeah.
he's got people coming at him now because
Yeah.
they want to get it now before it becomes
in
the
10 years we're the
survival.
Cowboys, baby.
And Wallow, I only have one kidney I can sell, man. I don't know if I can make $5 million.
Bro,
mean,
I don't need them. I'll sell them both.
Bro,
I don't need my
y'all's
brain.
kidneys are so old, that ain't gonna help me at all.
I don't
Y'all's
use my
kidneys
brain
are
much.
y'all's kidneys are ancient.
friends like these. I swear to God.
Mine are burnt.
Oh.
I know yours ain't no good. You killed yours. Theirs just died from old age, but yours kidneys were murdered.
Mine were burnt in my youth.
Yeah.
My God.
So Brandon, I mean, just maybe for the fans and maybe just for posterity, what's it like having thought of this around your kitchen table or dining room table, and now you're here on the verge of PGF season 7? What's it like going from there to now?
I mean, my whole life feels so weird right now, to be honest with you. I can't really believe any of the things I get to do. It's pretty crazy. I can't believe it, but also at the same time, this is what I set out to do. So I can't believe it took this long also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also
Man, what are you
feel like we've
talking
got
about?
I feel like we got a long way to go. I feel like
I mean-
we have barely scratched the surface of what's coming. And man, there's so much that I want to talk about publicly, but I just can't yet. But there's so much crazy stuff that's happened and is about to happen that
Okay,
I
give
mean,
us
the whole
something.
industry-
Give us something that you can say.
Okay, I'll give you something. I'll give you something. Let's see, the 23rd through the 25th, I'll be going to San Francisco to do a presentation at the High Def conference, which is the Constellation Network's like big conference that they do.
Okay,
And we're going
that's
to be
the crypto?
presenting the PGF app, which we're dropping on everybody for season 7. So we'll have our own standalone fantasy app with our own token. You know, we're going to bring over the old NFTs and migrate them over to this platform. So we got a lot of big plans with this.
Oh shit! I'm
And
gonna
then,
get into that.
I'll also tell you this, the fantasy league is going to have more scoring options. So in the fantasy league, you're going to be able to score for positions. So the mount position, the back position are both worth 2 fantasy points. And a takedown is worth a fantasy point. So no sweeps, no guard passes, no knee on belly. It's just mount, back, or a takedown. But you can score in the fantasy like that. So like, let's say me and Egg go to a draw in our match, but he was able to take me down and take my back. He would get 3 fantasy points, even though he got nothing in the real league. In the sport, he got nothing. But the fantasy, he at least put some points on the board
like
for
that.
his team. Yeah, we need more ways to score, to get sticky. So we're adding that in this season.
That's how most fantasies are anyway, right?
That's
If your
right.
team, you get points for whatever you did during the game, and if your team lost, you still scored whatever you scored, no matter what the end team score was or whatever like that. So I think that make it a lot more interesting for people to follow, and should give it a good bit more parity. I feel like too, amongst who you should pick or not.
Yeah.
And more differentiation, because before there's
That's
so
the
many
idea.
people that were able to like tie, because there were just so many
Zeros.
X amount of options for putting a team together. But now with the extra points for back position, takedowns, etc., that's going to give more, ways to break out who actual champions are, and that's going to be huge because there's going to be, we're on the precipice. Thousands and thousands of people are going to start watching this and playing. No question. It's about to take off, and have that ability to decide, out of the thousands of players, who actually is the champion. That's gonna be huge.
Well, with the app this year, you'll be able to use those PGF tokens to play. Like you'll be awarded a certain number when you sign up. You'll be able to play with those. You'll use those to pick your team, and you'll win based on, and it'll all be paid out in internal coins, right? But eventually, probably after a couple of seasons of doing it like this, still keeping it free for everybody, at any point we can hit the switch, and it's pay to play. And so this could end up being a really big revenue source for the PGF. Like, oh, I want to play the free league. No, I want to play the money league. And then you can take those tokens and do what you want with them. Cash them out in the crypto market, or trade them, or buy a t-shirt, a PGF t-shirt with them, whatever. We'll have a whole like ecosystem built up around that.
If I could, I know just myself, thank you, that people have already been asking me how to get tickets. And we know that the PGF is invite only. What kind of interest have you had? I have to imagine people are coming out of the woodwork asking for how do I get there? Any big names that you can drop for us?
No.
But
Absolutely
I did see something though.
Okay, I'll give you one. I'll drop one.
Oh,
Hoist Gracie is coming to the finale.
Nice.
He's gonna
Can
do
Eddie have a match?
He's gonna do a speech for the athletes. Can you imagine that? Can you
That'd be
imagine
cool.
that?
that's gonna be a high point for the documentary.
Just think about that for a second, Steven. Hoist Gracie shows up to give you a speech, dude.
Listen, these young guys have no idea. All these guys that are up here now with all this opportunity for all these kinds of things, man, like it's crazy, and it's really hard to not be jealous and want to be a hater about all the opportunities everybody else is getting. Get off my lawn. Back in my day, we had to earn those rights, and it's just like Hoist Grace is just going to show up and give you guys a motivational speech. It's no big deal, So yeah, I think that's incredible, man. Just, that's been one of the biggest things about this whole thing too, is just the relationship building opportunities for everybody throughout the seasons, amongst the coaches and the athletes and, different people who've been in and around us a lot. So I think, yeah, definitely that'll be something that'll be worth being there for if you can, and, documentary or not. I don't think moments like that are really captured in film the way that they are in the room, when you get opportunities like that. So I think that's pretty cool.
And it was absolutely incredible at the end of last season where everybody was, just going, all the legends are going over moves and stuff. Like just literally seminars everywhere around you of world-class veterans is, for me, it's hard to believe. And
oh, dude, speaking of seminars and legends, I put together a Hodger Gracie seminar the day before the draft. So November 2nd at 10th Planet, in the 10th Planet Las Vegas, but the Henderson location, Hodger Gracie.
No big deal.
$200 a head, so I got to pay the man. You know what I'm saying? But we got it set up. Hodger Gracie at 10th Planet, Steven. Just stop for a second. PGF aside, right? Just
we out here, man. Like,
look at me right here.
Hodger at 10th Planet.
Steven, lean in as a 10th Planet guy real quick.
We out
just
here.
Look me in my eyes.
I'm with you.
Hodger Gracie coming to 10th
right
Planet.
Here.
How cool is that, dude?
Life changing.
I love it, man.
It's really funny to be here at all.
We'll have a sign up
that makes it crazy
in the next
though.
couple of days, so everybody can buy their tickets and everything. But that's the poster.
That's
If you
crazy.
just think about like that last episode of the documentary, and you saw how just a little bit of a talk from Hodger just lit Matt Elkins on fire. Like he all of a sudden he flipped the switch and he was the Matt Elkins we all know he could be. And that was just a little talk. And now we're gonna have seminars and just being around these legends and how much of a game changer they can make for somebody's game and possibly just somebody's life. As we talk about this stuff about like, you know, getting instructionals, going to seminars, like if he just changes your game like 2% over your lifetime, what does that mean? I mean, it's almost an embarrassment of riches. We're seeing some things that are just phenomenal. It's amazing to be here.
I think having that opportunity, man, to have these kinds of coaches, and specifically, you know, even guys like Hodger who've really been to the top of the mountain and like held that spot and still hold that spot, you know, pound for pound for sure with everybody in the world, you know, across time. In those moments, kind of like you're saying with Matt, man, there's no substitute for having the right voice in your ear when things are getting tough or when that moment comes. And in PGF, we've seen that be the the response from a lot of the guys, the top people that come in throughout the whole entirety of the PGF. At the end of the week, everybody's kind of has that same story about the gauntlet or the struggle or the battle that's in there. And we didn't have a coach during our season that way. And man, to have someone like Hodger would have been there when we were at, that would have been crazy, man. Like I couldn't imagine having something like that, such a steady hand maybe, but also somebody who would be willing to tell you, hey, you know, get off your fucking ass and go get to work. You know, you got to do this or whatever. I heard that he wasn't cutting them any slack in the behind the scenes moments of the training room either, which you have to respect that because he knows what it takes to be there, not even just to get there, but this is what it takes to be there. So there's no substitute for that information. More than any technique maybe that you could learn is just learning how to have that, whatever that is, you know, that makes you that person is really what I think is going to help benefit the athletes going forward.
And shout out to Zoe and Gracie for making, like, not just for making those connections happen with like these legends of the sport, but for pushing that. Because like I would have just got people I thought would make great coaches. Like I would have called in the homies, which is what I did for all the other seasons. And I'd been like, I know you'll do a great job. I know how serious you'll take it. I know how smart you are and how much this means to you. And I would have put the homies in position to do a great job. And that would have been fine, right? Or it would have been really good. But when you got Hodger Gracie and Carlos Machado in your ear, not only does it just carry that much more weight, but it carries a lot more weight in the community. So shout out to Zoe and Grace for pushing that and making that a real thing, you know?
No, man, it's been awesome, honestly. Like we haven't really talked about that a lot either, you know, when the you know,
oh my God, I got breaking
came out.
news.
Oh, never mind. I'll shut up.
Oh my God, I have breaking news. It has nothing to do with PGF, but this is
Break it.
massive. Dude, this literally just got texted to me just now. I won't tell you who sent it.
Okay.
There's a screenshot from Mo at ADCC.
Oh no.
I would like to announce I've decided to step down as head organizer of ADCC. I'd like to thank Sheikh Tanoon for giving me the opportunity to be the only person to organize 3 ADCC Worlds. Thank you to Guy Nevins for allowing me to move up from my wristband boy to head organizer. Thank you, Seth Daniels and Sean Fowler. We gave every event we organized everything we had, and I'm very proud of the work we accomplished. Thank you to Flow Grappling for supporting me and ADCC. They were great to deal with. Thank you to all the athletes I've worked with the past 20 years. Thank you to all the media who supported us and pushed. I'm just skipping through it now. Sport's never been in a better place to break through, which has always been the end goal. My loyalty will always be to ADCC. But any organizer or event that will grow the sport has my full support if it's needed. I look forward to being just a fan again.
Respect.
Interesting.
Yeah, super interesting.
I mean, that
Now,
2022.
The person who sent this to me, I'm just going to type.
Sure. I mean,
Whoa.
He,
Send.
he did a lot for the
That's
sport.
crazy.
There's no question about it. I mean, you know,
Dude, no question.
no question. But at the same time, I think you obviously were a part of the next level. The CJI was just it just brought that extra bit of, I mean, you know, the alley was phenomenal. Hearing you guys was phenomenal. Having one match at a time was phenomenal. Everything was done to the nines at CGI, and so there was already some question about. I think he posted that if he was going to do it again, he would go to a smaller arena and be more intimate, kind of like CGI. So I mean, just hey,
Dude,
Doesn't
what
sound
about?
like
Sorry, let me
CGI. That sounds
cut
like
you off really
something
quick.
else.
Let me cut you off real quick. What if the ADCC was like all week long and you did like a weight class per day, and everybody had like a single day event? Like, today we're gonna go 55, tomorrow we're gonna go 65, whatever like that. Instead of trying to watch
Like a
every
PGF week.
instead of having 3 mats going and people, mostly not being able to keep up with it from time to time. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
no, it's like the Olympics. The Olympics takes a few weeks. I mean, if ADCC is going to be the Olympics, why not spread it out and have some time? I mean, the content is there, the fans are there. I think. I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts? I think maybe somebody wouldn't watch all of it. Maybe some people would, but let people be able to focus, right?
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna step out for just 1 second. I'll be right back,
He's
guys. Y'all
freaking
continue
out.
without me. I'm freaking out.
It's a really interesting thought process though with all that, because that's one of the bigger complaints I've heard from other people about ADCC viewing is that it's just really hard to keep up with it all when there's 3
Yes.
mats going at one time. I know the way that we do it at the PGF with so many matches in one day for a week, that can also be a little bit overwhelming in that way. So, there may be no perfect way for everybody to digest, that much jujitsu in a short amount of time. But definitely, I think one match at a time is easier and more sports centered, I guess, in
I
that
mean,
way.
you can
But
focus.
maybe not every match does. But like
Aaron.
every sport, you don't get to see every football game is not televised, or every game in the Olympics isn't televised either. It's only the like major ones are really like highlighted and shown. So there is that sort of element to it as well. That I don't know. It's just a lot to think about it. Just in one time while we were talking about it, I just kind of thought about that other idea. I don't know.
Well,
That's why I'm not the organizer, because I would not do well either.
well, think about the first day of CJI. I mean, that was. I mean, you were the
A
announcer,
lot.
man.
Blew
That
my
was a
ass off.
lot. That was a
Blew a
lot.
hole in my pants. I
I think the answer really is just more days. And guess what? The fans are there for it. I mean, okay, got it. A lot of people had to fly out there. One flight is the same price whether you go for multiple days or not. I mean, you have to pay a little bit more for hotels, etc. But the fans will be there, and the fans back home, they're still going to be there. But if you can actually focus on something, because like right now, like you said, if there's 3 mats going on at one time, it's just too much. I mean, I can't focus. I mean, so many of us already have ADHD, that are grapplers. Then you start adding on like multiple matches at a time. No, I like the focus. I mean, and I was there. Thank you, Wallow and Miggy, for the tickets to ADCC, and I got the tickets to CJI. Being able to focus on one match at a time, it's better, in my opinion. Pardon me.
You're not saying your opinion. We know that when you say it. It's your opinion.
You know what though? Man, this is shout out to Mo for all the good work that he did. I know he came under a lot of criticism, and a lot of it justified criticism in the last several months, but
It's hard.
you can't deny what the man did. He's been a big part. I mean, up to this point, maybe the biggest part of the jiu-jitsu growth story. So shout out to that dude for what he did. And you know what? Mo walked so that the next guy can run. And whoever comes in to run ADCC, I wish them like tremendous success, because I think what's good for ADCC is good for the sport. So, I want ADCC to grow and thrive and be what it can be. And I think that all of us think it can be something really great. So I want all these promotions to succeed. I don't want anybody to take even one step backwards. I feel like if promotion If ADCC gets big, go. That just means I gotta build my building bigger, and I'm here for that job. And if CJI is got $1 million, give him $1 million. I'm just gonna give $1 million and one. You know what I'm saying? Just exactly what he did. And I'm gonna get there. You know, next year I plan to give out over $500,000 in the year, and I plan to do it again the next year and the next year. And you know, everybody build your big buildings. I'm just gonna build mine bigger.
And that's
Hey,
great for all of
not-
us.
Now that we're
We all
talking
win.
about organizations and stuff like that, I saw that Kimoy partnered with Flow Grappling.
Let's
So
go. I didn't hear
main
that.
ca-
I
main
didn't hear that.
character
That's
is
awesome,
now
dude.
part of Flow Grappling.
Well,
Okay.
major congrats to him. I'm a huge fan of Kamoy, as you guys already know. He came in as the prickliest person I've ever had walk into the PGF.
I ain't here to make no friends.
He sat down
I remember.
on day 1 of interviews for season 2. And he's like, I ain't here to make friends. And by the end of the week, he was the most friendly dude you've ever seen. And he's been a major supporter of the PGF. And I'm a major supporter of what he does as well. I consider Kamoy one of my close friends, dude. So congrats to him on that. Main character jiu-jitsu. Let's go.
Yeah, and he's always having some banger matches on that promotion, dude.
And he just does it different than everybody else, which I think is good. There's room for everybody. There's plenty of room
I
for
watched one of
everybody.
his pay-per-views. He was really good. He just lasted like 10 hours, but it was good. You know, the main card.
Hey, listen, I can't say anything about people having a long show, dude. I got a week-long show. I was like, I can't get it all done in one day or one weekend. Mine's a week long. So,
I mean, do you think that that's the way that maybe ADCC should go as well? You know, with the different weight classes.
I don't know. I think if I was doing ADCC, I would divide it out into multiple events per month, probably, or per year. You know what I'm saying? Instead of and I would just do 1 days, but I would do them multiple times a year in smaller venues.
So like 66 and 67, we're doing it, you know, April. And then, you know, 88 and 99, July and stuff like that.
I would try to turn it more into a season. I think they have the infrastructure to do a season. Like they're more set up than anybody to do a season, even more than we are. We have the idea, but imagine that the opens bled into the qualifiers. The opens are basically their college.
Yeah.
The qualifiers, I think there needs to be a difference. Like you should have to qualify maybe for the qualifiers through the opens, and then the qualifiers lead into the big show, and then they cycle back around. I don't know. I think that there's some great plays that they can make. There's some huge plays that they can make. So we'll see what the next guy does. Dude, hey, oh my God. What if the next guy's Craig?
Oh my God. So he'll be running CJI and ADCC?
No. He would kill CJI at that point. It would become ADCC.
Mm-hmm.
He's the captain now.
Dude, would that not be the wildest storyline of all? That would be insane. That would be
The
insane.
question is he gonna be getting that $1 million for the athletes under ADCC?
He could just use his resources, right?
Who knows how this plays out? This is
Listen, somebody's got to want
very
that job
interesting,
too.
dude.
Somebody's got to want that job. That's not something that you take on lightly either. That can't just be like a.
No.
That's not an easy
You know,
job.
you'll end up with egg on your face as well. Like
Yeah, dude.
I think Mo started out and he went hard, and somewhere along the way, maybe whatever happened, and the story is what it is at this point. But it's a really hard job. We've seen through our experience with the PGF all the things that we've had to like learn and get through and different things like that. So yeah, I can't imagine a thing on that kind of scale trying to navigate all those different things all the time. So yeah, whatever. I'm definitely not gonna hate on somebody for a lot of the different things there, and it could have been done differently, but it is what it is. And definitely, I don't think that's gonna be
it.
it.
Could have been.
That's
it
not
could have
gonna
been
happen.
handled bit differently and
100%.
better, but so could the PGF.
Right. everything. Like lots of times, and I think we're all learning. This is our first time going through a lot of
I've
these
made
experiences.
massive mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done things that are just stupid, but I've never. What you can't accuse me of is having ever done it in my own interest.
Look, jujitsu doesn't
know?
have any PR. We have no like PR people. We don't have any real training on that kind of stuff. None of the people that are really like involved in this kind of stuff really know how to act in that kind of way a lot of times.
Dude,
So
honestly,
they're just
you're totally right. Like one of the major struggles that I see is that the sport is ready, but the industry and the athletes are not ready.
mhm.
But the sport is there. The sport is ready to explode. But the athletes that we have in this generation, they're not ready for that. They're not ready to be professionals. And I'm not speaking across the board. Obviously, some of them are.
No. Yeah.
But generally, they're not
There's a
ready.
huge number that's the case for sure.
Yeah.
And
So the industry, the infrastructure in the industry is not built. The companies that are in jiu-jitsu, they're not ready. Like I quit talking to jiu-jitsu companies entirely this season. I didn't go to one for a sponsorship, not one. I didn't even initiate conversations,
Mm.
right? Unless they were somebody that I knew already, But we've been dipping into like people that can actually play ball on the level that we want to play ball with. Like we can't keep going to jiu-jitsu companies and expecting them to have money to pay these athletes. That's not how that's going to work. So
Not
we
yet.
just skipped them entirely and we just went past them.
Now, when you're saying that the athletes of right now are not ready to be professionals, what do you mean? Like they don't have the discipline to
No, it's not
like
about
be a professional
they're ready
athlete
to
and
be athletes. They're ready to be athletes.
Can you be a Nike endorsed athlete though and live that lifestyle to where everything you say is in the public eye and you can't get away with anything and
And
it's
you need to
all
show up on time and
right
do these 6 media obligations that are a
every
pain in your
time.
butt, and you need to get up earlier than you wanted to hit this podcast or whatever, like you need to turn the can the right direction when you're talking to the camera. Like nobody knows how to do any of these things. And so we're like a big part of what I consider the PGF's role for these athletes is trying to start the process of educating them on how to use their social media correctly, how to deal with sponsors. Like I want these guys to be professional athletes and I want them to step up and take it to the next level. Because again, what's good for those athletes is good for the PGF. And so if the PGF can win by making all these other people win, that's really the approach that I'm trying to take. Like, let me just help all these athletes that I love win. And if I can set up something an infrastructure that allows them to win, then I'll win just by proxy. And so that's kind of how I'm choosing to approach it. You know what I mean? Like, but they've got to step it up. A lot of these guys have got to step up and learn to be professional athletes. And some of them,
I know
some of them are wonderful and do get it. Some of them absolutely do not.
so I know that the NBA and the NFL, I don't know if MLB and NHL do it, but they have like a rookie, camp almost, and they teach these guys that hey, this is how
UFC
you
has
need to
this
like.
as well.
Mhm.
Okay, so is that
We'll have
something
something
that
like this.
Okay,
I'm bringing on an athlete from the PGF past to sort of begin that role
that's right. Okay,
Is it
this
Jabroni?
season for the first time. It is not. I am bringing him onto the roster though, but I've got somebody in mind that when that job is ready, this is the guy that I want to do it. And so I'm going to start the training process to turn him into that guy this season.
I know who you're talking about.
I know.
Yeah, you
We'll
know.
do a great job.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
He'll be
No,
great.
he'll definitely do a great job. But we'll begin that with him this season, sort of like the athlete liaison. Like, let me teach you guys how to be a professional athlete. He's the go-between the athletes and the sponsors, the athletes and the media, the athletes and the organization itself. So
he's
basically
managing
like
the whole
an
roster.
athlete relations representative,
Word.
That's a big job.
It will be one of the most important jobs in the league.
Is that something where they'll be coming to you like with maybe athlete concerns and stuff as well? You know, more like that kind of play, and not just a coach in the other ways you're kind of speaking about, but he'll also be
he'll
there.
basically be like the union rep.
Okay, that's the word I was trying to think about. I couldn't think of it. Okay.
Yeah, so like we don't have an official players union yet. We will, but when it's time to negotiate media rights, we're going to have to talk about collective bargaining agreements.
Bargaining
The players are
agreements.
going to have to get paid out of all this. We need somebody to represent their position on that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking way past PGF season 7. I'm thinking PGF season 45. You know what I mean? Like, what does this look like when we are on ESPN? What does it look like
When we have a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems
action
that seems
figures.
crazy to you guys. That seems crazy when you say it. But that's
So we're
not
past our
crazy to
Lords of
me.
Dogtown era.
That's not crazy to me. Like, I
Yes.
always saw this. Like, this is what the plan was. You know what I mean? So I'm going for all of it.
So Nunchuck was bringing up the point that we're kind of like in the 80s, early 80s of like skateboarding. We're about to take off, and we're right there. For some people that might not know, I think we were close to losing the PGF around season 3. I know that season 2 really took a lot out of you because you're talking about how hard it is doing this thing. And I remember at the end of season 3 how you had that quote of like you feel every emotion. What maybe just tell us a little bit about what was that tipping point where it was like, you know, we were on the edge of losing it, but now we're looking at season 45. What was that? What happened there?
I just decided that the idea was too correct. There was too much benefit, and that I was just going to have to suck it up and figure it out. And if it stresses me out, then I got to get more efficient. If it causes me problems, I got to problem solve. But the idea, I couldn't drop the idea because I knew that the idea had the potential to do really good things for the sport of jiu-jitsu. And so really from that point on, I've been referring to the PGF as this is my love letter back to jiu-jitsu. This is my thank you letter back to jiu-jitsu for everything that jiu-jitsu's done for me and for my family and for my friends. All right, then this is what I don't know. This is what I have to do for the sport. So, and if that's the case, then I can't be stressed out all the time. I got to build better infrastructure. I got to take this. If the PGF is going to be big and bigger and better, then I got to be bigger and better too. And so I've used the PGF as a vehicle for a lot of personal growth for myself. So yeah, that's really what it was. Is like it's sort of like my, when I was a purple belt, I was waiting tables. You guys have probably heard me tell this story before, but I was waiting tables, and I've been waiting tables for a long time. Well, originally I was just supposed to be waiting tables to make a little extra money, but then it turned out I was waiting tables. I've been doing it for a while, and I was kind of enjoying it. And one night I came home from waiting tables, and Lindsay sat me down on the couch, which every story in my life seems to start with Lindsay sitting me down on the couch. And she sits me down on the couch, and she just says a real powerful question. She said, "Are you waiting tables or are you a waiter?" And I quit the next day. I just went and quit. And so, yeah, that's kind of the point that it came to with the PGF is like, hey, are you playing with this or are you for real? If you're for real, you're not ready. You gotta ball up and be a big boy and become what the PGF needs so that the PGF can become what the sport needs, so that the sport can become what the athletes need. And so that's really the thinking process that I went through. It's like, I believe in the idea. Well, then you got to change and you got to get big enough to handle this idea.
And so how much of a process of unlearning stuff was it more than having to learn new stuff?
No, it's been pretty much all learning new stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And just like learning time management at a higher level, learning delegation at a higher level, learning how to be a businessman at a much, much higher level than I ever really thought that I was gonna have to learn to deal with. Learning how to be a better salesman, like just all these elements that I really, I just had this idea that I thought was cool. Okay,
Mhm.
well, there's so much that comes with trying to execute on an idea that you just never imagine. Like even like opening a gym, for instance. Like, did you ever imagine how many times you were going to be cleaning the toilet? Like, probably not. Probably
Mhm.
never really thought about that when you're thinking about teaching and changing people's lives and doing jujitsu every day. There's a lot of toilet cleaning and a lot of unpaid bills that come with running a gym that you don't really think about. Like, dang, how am I going to deal with this guy that hadn't paid his bill in 3 months? Like, I didn't know this was part of it. There's a ton of stuff like that with every job that you just don't think about, but it comes with the job. And if the job is going to be done right, either you got to do it or you got to hire somebody else to do it. And if you ain't got the money to hire somebody else to do it, then you got to do it or leave it undone. And if you leave it undone, the business is not what it could be.
Mhm.
So I got to learn to do it in the beginning just so that I can delegate correctly. Like if I don't know how to do the job and I ask you to do it and you suck at it, if I don't know how to do it, well, then I don't know if you're doing a good job or not. So I got to have at least, a medium level of understanding of whatever the task is
Mhm.
so that I can know if you're doing a good job or if you need to be replaced by somebody that wants it or that knows more.
So where was Killing? What was his stance while you were thinking about possibly folding?
Uh,
What was
he was like, whatever you want to do, Brandon, I'm with you, whatever you want to do.
Damn.
Yeah, he would have just, whatever way I would have steered the ship, he was happy to just go because he's going to work his face off no matter what. So it's really been, it was just me.
So maybe if I could bring it back to the current season. You have obviously two legends returning as coaches. Dean Lister and Hodger Gracie. But now we have both Carlos Machado and Pedro Sauer. Can you maybe speak a little bit to how you brought those two gentlemen, again, more legends of the sport? How did they come to be a part of the PGF?
Well, Pedro is friends with Zoe, so that's how that one went down. Carlos is a friend of mine, and we're actually working on a really giant project outside of the PGF together. It'll be January before we turn that loose, but that's a massive project that we're working on together. And Carlos is on the board of advisors already as well. So
He was there all
I'm
week last
personal.
season.
He was there all week. I'm personal friends with Carlos, so that was an easy call. And now, Hodger and Dean already know now. We've already worked together once, so it was easy to get them to come back because you know how it is. Once you come to the PGF once, you're like, oh yeah, I want to do that again. That was
Mhm.
good. I enjoyed being there. That was a good atmosphere, good vibes, good culture. So it's easy to get people to come back once they've come once.
And that's kind of a wild thing. Is like from the very beginning, it's been almost a fraternity that everyone, like, once you're part of this, you love the PGF. I think that every competitor, whether win, lose, or draw, has come out of the PGF saying that this is a phenomenal thing. This is one of the best things I've ever done in my life. How do you make that happen, Brandon? I mean, it seems like no matter how big this gets with the people, that everyone just loves it. I mean, how's it happen?
It's just culture building, man. Like, and I've had this conversation with each of you, like individually, multiple times. I'll sit you down and I'll say, okay, tell me what you liked, tell me what you hated, tell me what your favorite part was. And I do a little 3-question interview, and those are the 3 questions. What did you like? What did you hate? What was your favorite part? And I just take all of those things into consideration. If I hear the same thing from 8 staff members about, okay, here's the part I hated. If I hear that same thing, a couple of times from staff, okay, I got to take that into consideration. Like I got to fix that. If I hear the same thing, oh, we loved this part. Well, let's triple down on that part. I want more. I love this, you know? And so, yeah, I just do an exit survey with everybody. And I try to like really listen and take those things into consideration. So, but to me, culture building is way more important than the strategy itself. Because like the best strategy in the world, if nobody wants to be there, you might do it. It might be awesome once or twice, but nobody's going to want to show up for the third one. Nobody's going to want to put the sweat equity. Nobody's going to sacrifice to make it great. Nobody's going to do more than what they were contracted to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, it's a job. But if the culture is right and everybody wants to be there and they do more than they were contracted to do because they believe in it and they love it, then the strategy will sort itself out. You know, it's, as long as those people are samurai.
Is there ever? I know that right now it's not the case, but you know, just in that PGF 45 vision, is there a time where you start thinking maybe about arena shows and step out of the more intimate vibe, or what are we thinking, or are we not really wanting to expose that yet?
So yes and no. No for the PGF, I think. Yes for the college format that we're going to build.
Mm.
That's all I can say about that.
Now, I did see something. I know fans can't come in and just, have a seat and watch the matches, but there is some sort of a package that you're advertising by calling a telephone line.
Yeah,
Or
it's just when you text that number, that enters you into a drawing to win passes. That's all that is. That's not an opportunity to buy. There are no tickets for sale. It's invitation only, or you can win one of a couple of packages. Win a random
So how many
drawing by being on
how
that
many
text
packages
list.
are you giving out?
I'll give out one each night.
Okay,
So 5.
cool, nice. For those wanting to attend, just say
Yep,
text the number.
Yep, it's right there on the Instagram bio and every post that I've been making pretty much.
I noticed it.
Well, I don't know how much longer we have you, but I just want to say this started during the pandemic.
Forever.
Well, sure, but I mean, the Commish has things to do. But I just want to say that this started during the pandemic, when so many of us did not have the chance to train or to do jujitsu, and the PGF was our lifeline to being around like-minded people, to having jujitsu in our lives. And I just want to say thank you, because it's been amazing, and I every season has been phenomenal. We've all loved it, or at least I will say myself. And I'm looking so forward to season 7 and from there on out. I'm really excited, Commish. Brandon, you made something special, and you're talking about the culture, and it is, everyone has loved it. And I know that when we converge on 2 November, like the day before, it all starts on 3 November. It's going to be like the band's back together, and we're all looking forward to it. Just want to say thank you, Brandon.
Well, thank you for saying that, but really I should be saying that to you guys, because none of this happens without each of you guys. Like all 4 of you guys play a really crucial role in what we do, and there's no way we could pull it off, not just without you, but without, like, it's not lost on me the sacrifices and the sweat equity that you guys have put in. And hey, when I'm the man with the $1 million everything, which I will be, y'all gonna get yours. Just trust. Y'all gonna get yours. If I gotta break you off myself, I'm gonna take care of y'all. Don't worry about it.
Well, I'd like to say that like your genuineness in
Except
building
for you, actually, Nunchuck. But
Got your
the
heel.
best thing ever
your
to say.
genuineness in building this culture and being a real person that's not full of shit is why this is possible. And I really, really appreciate that. This is hard quality to find in a person. So
Thanks, bro. I love you. Appreciate all you guys, for real. What's up? Y'all got some more questions for me, or y'all kicking me out to do the next thing?
Egg questions.
I could ask more, but I know there's stuff that's double secret probation type stuff. I'm not gonna get in trouble again. You
Oh,
keep trying to
man.
make me do this.
Yeah,
Put it
ask
in
you
the
to
private
ask.
chat. Put
He
it in the
said it.
private chat, and I'll tell you if I'll answer it or
He
not.
said it. He already done
'Cause-
told us.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to the season, man. So there's not a whole lot of double secret probation left. So you could probably get away with it. And I'll just say,
Oh shit! That's
no
only like
answer.
a few.
Man,
months.
I'm not listening.
I did say
Damn, it's only like 3
Elijah's
weeks.
name beforehand. That sucked.
Oh yeah, he deleted the whole show because I tried to like shut down the whole
I didn't
show. right
delete
in the
it. It's
middle
still
of it.
out there.
I wonder how many people have seen that. Did you ever get? Did we get a tally on that?
I
Did I?
don't know.
That was
It was
hilarious in that moment. He
it
just
was like
immediately just cut
15
the whole show
minutes,
off
bro.
and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like it was an hour into the show, like we are now. I mean, if you
It
like,
wasn't an
watch
hour.
the
It was
whole.
like 15 minutes, bro. Come
Okay,
on.
well,
We shut it
I was
down
trying to help you
quick.
out, man. Even when I'm trying to help you, you're shit on me. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey,
it's not bad.
And just keeping it real, bro. I fucked up. It's okay. It's okay.
You fucked up. What?
So I think we should move on to the power rankings.
All right.
So because we're gonna do the draft as well, the mock draft.
Oh
But
man, y'all got a bunch of work to do. So yeah, I'll get out of your way here.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in.
so-
That was a lot of good information that we didn't have.
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah.
Some of the rules questions that you guys had, I think that you should have Andrew on Murillo.
Murillo, yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys should like maybe have a segment with him where he can break that stuff down for you. He would probably love to come on. He's probably itching to jump on the PGF Insiders.
Oh,
dude.
we're itching to question you too, Andrew.
Yeah. Hey, I've put a
Like,
lot of trust.
hey,
in
what the
Andrew.
was that call there?
Yeah, I put a lot of trust in Andrew to try to get this thing right, and I've been trying to dial him in and train him up. And he's training the referees, the other referees.
I probably overstepped a little bit last season with the referees, just trying to like make sure they understood the spirit of the thing. And maybe not overstep, but just like I was like, man, you guys got to understand what we're trying to do, because they were trying their best, but none of us had ever really done that at all. But I felt like making sure that it was like, hey, somebody needs to be telling these guys, the spirit of the thing or whatever. And like Andrew and PJ both definitely, gradually got better and better over time with it all. And I think now with that experience, it would be nice to hear Andrew's perspective actually on last season and what he thinks about, where we're going with the rules and stall calls and all that stuff now too. That'd be very
He made
good.
a video rule book too. If you guys want to see the video rule book,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
he
cool.
like explains all the rules and like the hand count and all of that stuff. So if you want to, it's not public, but if you guys want to reach out to him and watch it, Egg, you probably want to see that. But yeah,
Yeah,
we're building
definitely.
like a referee manual and training and certification process. Like I'm taking it very seriously. It was the part that I was the least happy with last season. And so I came straight out of that one and I was on fire to fix that problem.
Well, that was probably the
So-
thing you heard the most about, like you said a few minutes ago.
It actually wasn't.
No?
Like, it's just the part that was the biggest sore place for me. I really didn't hear. Actually, most of the feedback I got was excellent about because people loved the stalling call. Like they really liked that, and so most of the feedback was good. Not all of it. Like there were people who were like, "Oh, that call was bad." But I'm not talking about that. That call was bad. That call was bad. You should have called. Like, what's the general feeling?
Mm.
And I knew that the idea for the flag and the penalty system is correct, but I felt that the execution of it was very poor. Or no, not very poor. Was substandard. It wasn't very poor. That's not true.
It was just lacking
below
experience.
what I expected. And I also recognized that was my fault because I didn't have them trained to think the way that I wanted them to think in those moments. And so I came out of season 6 on fire to solve that problem.
Good.
I'm not saying we solved it, but we're building the structure in place to limit it. Now we can only get better and refine now. The structure is built now. The training is taking place. So I do think it's going to be a wild improvement.
Well, the fact that you had Drew at all the different qualifiers and,
Yeah.
and you were constantly working through that process and what was stalling and how it should be executed, the shot clock and stuff like that. I mean, that's just like, it's like mat time. I mean, you're going to get better the more time you're on the mats. And so having him involved with those qualifiers, I even saw it in Vegas, like you were still refining and getting better every time. And so it should be just that much better coming into season 7. I'm looking forward to it, Coach.
Well, thanks, guys, and I appreciate y'all.
I
Thanks
just
for
got
letting me come
really
on
nervous.
and hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna watch anxiously with bated breath as y'all do these power rankings and draft. I'm anxious to see what y'all came up with. I got a little sneak peek at the rankings, and let me say this: the rankings that y'all made, not me, not the PGF. These rankings have nothing to do with me. I'm just interested in seeing them. Don't come at the PGF about the rankings. Come at the insider.
Come at me. You're gonna see the name. It's fine. I'll see you on the open mats, guys. I'll have my gear. Bring it.
The rankings do not reflect the opinion of the PGF. You should write that.
I'm a meme page. Control me.
Yeah, dude. These keep in mind these rankings were made by a meme page, an egghead, and a couple of bald guys. So
Actually, we're gonna go with his rankings because we're just gonna shred them apart right off the bat.
so this is the egghead only rankings, and y'all are just gonna roast him. That's actually
As
much better.
always, Brandon.
That's actually much better.
With friends like these. as
Listen,
they say.
we saw Nunchuck's rankings. We're like, what the hell is this guy thinking?
Dude, I love it. Do your own ranking.
I'm gonna
Nunchuck.
ruffle some feathers, bro.
Oh,
He's
just
just trying to
Elijah.
get
Oh
people
my
riled
God.
up.
Let me
The
put it to you
official
this way:
Nunchuck rankings.
the guy that Egg has at number 1, Nunchuck had him at 15.
It's like
I did that on purpose.
All right, I'm
Don't
dipping
I
out.
got- I
guys.
got-
Thank
got
you.
one guy low, one
Love
guy
y'all.
Yeah, Brandon. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. All right, let's.
Okay, so
Sorry.
now how we doing this?
All right, we're just gonna bust out Egg's power rankings, and we're
Well-
gonna start. Go ahead.
I put it in the private chat, but I mean, just to make this more digestible to the public,
Uh-huh.
should we stop this one because we kind of had the interview?
No.
Okay.
no,
Okay.
We're not stopping and restarting. So we're just going
I just
straight
have
through.
ideas occasionally, and they're usually chatted
So we're just
upon.
gonna
and so
pick,
very well.
just raw dog it, just raw dog picking. Nope. Okay.
It's never gotten me anywhere.
For sure.
Who gets the first pick?
Well, hold on. Let me bring out. Let's talk about the power rankings, and we'll figure out how we're gonna do the draft in a second. Let's see, power rankings. All right, so we got Egghead's power rankings updated. Percent, share screen.
Give me 3 to 5 seconds here.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul at number 1.
A 4-time ADCC freaking
Yeah, let
trials
me ask you
champion.
this. Let me ask you this, Nunchuck, because you had him at 15.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro?
He made fun of my shoes once.
Oh, fuck. Why did you put him at 20 then? Anybody who roasts you on your shoes, your jeans, whatever you're wearing, that's a 20. That's a 20 spot right there. So, what happened to Egg? Are they going to the bathroom or something all of a
I
sudden?
heard a toilet flush. That's what it sounded like.
No, my kids ordered Chinese food and they gave me a freaking wonton. I wanted to eat the damn thing. I've been hungry, man.
All right. So we have the dream back.
I'm back.
Bro, Kai Johnson, that's what I was saying. Stuart Cooper at 20. Damn, bro.
We love you, Stuart Cooper.
No, this is not my
What?
rankings. This says right here, Eggheads.
You got him at 1?
Warriors. So it's not. He's not in. I'm not showing Team Rico Suave. So these are.
Hey, man. I love
So,
him.
I mean,
He's amazing.
obviously-
He's stepping out there, but I mean, he is famous for being a documentarian. I mean, a videographer. That's like he's amazing at that. I mean, he's got his crew up in Vancouver. He's a serious black belt. He competed with the Tiger Muay Thai, team on Quintet 2. And so he deserves to be there. But he's also a bit like us. He's a little bit older.
Some age.
Yeah, I mean, so just amongst the killers that are part of the season, hey man, I want to see what he's gonna do, but I got to put somebody at 20. All right, so sorry.
Well, the thing is everybody's got to get a spot, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's,
I mean,
you can be
last
somewhere.
season you put Ben Eddy at 14, and I thought you were going to get shot, bro.
I thought Steven was gonna come
I
through
was
the
like,
damn monitor and like just
damn.
murk me already when he saw that with Ben Eddy ranking, but you know, but also look at hey, he's a phenomenal grappler. But if Ben Eddy hadn't been on X Marshall, his actual overall ratings at the very end would have been much lower, because the X Marshall won so many blocks. I mean, Nathan Haddad, who had one kill. I mean, he had an amazing season. I mean, he's amazing, and I think he's gonna be great this season. But he only had one kill, granted, in the elbow genie point. But he almost made the damn playoffs with one submission because X Marshall won so many damn blocks. I mean, that's the crazy thing here. It's like we can pick whoever we want, but somebody might end up on a team that's just killing everyone, like X Marshall did, and
Stuart
you know,
Cooper.
he could end up on the right team, and he could get one submission, and he could be almost in the playoffs, or might even make the playoffs, depending on if that team is as dominant as X Marshall was.
All right, so
That-
let me ask you
good.
this: I'm seeing Sebastian Attard at 5. Besides the qualifier, have you been watching a lot of his matches to like be like, yeah, he's a top fiver?
And I said this in my blog post. This is the way too early rankings. I have seen his a number of other matches. I haven't done as much as I'd like, because I like to at least watch like 10 plus matches of everyone, and I'm just not there yet. Sorry, I got a new job. I mean, it's kind of takes a little bit of time, but I will be there before we get there. But hey, we wanted to do this now, and so we're gonna do it now. Limited information. This is what we got. But so here's the thing. I mean, he's on a new wave, right? And so we've seen new wave just send killers like Davis Asari that's there, which Davis Asari is a little bit lower, probably because he's a lower weight guy, but he's still a
Is he?
killer. Well, he did have problems, like remember he had that problem with not making the Polaris competition because he missed weight, but that was because it was 180, whereas we went 185 last season. So, but Sebastian, that dude's ripped. I mean, he's already admitted he's like a Craig Jones guy. He's on the stuff, so he's gonna come in full size, and that plays into this a little bit as well because I mean, you look at like Adam Bradley's huge. Compared to some of these guys, a lot of these guys like go to lower weight class. I don't know. I mean, this ranking is completely wrong, but it's what we got for now.
All right, so let me ask you this also. Cam at 11. To me, Cam is like a 170, 180 guy, you know. Is he even big enough for 205? I mean, I don't know. It's like, to me, he's like the smaller dude. Do you not? Go ahead.
Cam's tough, all right, because like
Duh.
I mean, not only is he like no kidding like tough, but like he's ripped. I mean, whenever we saw him in the lower weight class, he's a wrestler. He like sheds water like crazy. So you have to mention he's bigger than you would think, and he's just strong, and he's a damn D1 wrestler, and he's so we all know that he's been a part of this, like he's been in the PGF and he's going to be on season 7. We've all known this for months, and so I have to think he's been bulking, or at least making sure he was the right size for this, like because he does a lot of weight training as well as everything else, and he's one of those guys with the new fancy stuff with like the takedowns and the positional stuff. I think he's going to be somebody that's going to be really good for fantasy. The other thing is I gave him probably more of a bump than I should have. Maybe not. I don't know. But like him and Haddad, they're veterans, and so getting to figure out the 6-minute match and that type of tempo and what you have to do. I mean, this is going to be his 3rd season. I think he's going to I think there's a chance he really dials it in and knows like, okay, I just have to go for whatever damn submission I can get. And I kind of feel that same way about Haddad. So Haddad had to cut a lot of weight for last season. He actually gave up. He did not do the West Coast trials because he was worried about cutting weight for the PGF. And so if you see Haddad at his natural weight, I think he's gonna be dangerous too. I mean, he was a I don't know if he was a state champion, but he was a state level wrestler. And you add that with like his martial arts from like birth. I think both those guys are gonna be very dangerous. Now, do I make them like a number one pick? No, but I mean, you put them in like a 4 or 5 spot. I mean, we saw what Haddad did last season. He was number 5 on a team, and that was like one of the big keys was like he gave up no points. So that can be huge for a team. I don't.
It's like we joked about the stopper, season 5.
Yeah.
And then in season 6, we actually saw a stopper, a few of them, like AJ was the stopper for Epic Roll. Nobody scored on him.
Yeah, but he was also the number 3 spot for them. I mean, a number if for number 3, I need some points.
Yeah,
You give me a 4 and a 5, and you're just a stopper. That's a solid play. That's a 5 especially. If I get a guy from my 5 budget that doesn't get points scored on him, that's huge. Like Haddad did. But if you're in a 3 spot, you got to give me points.
But so he came into a 3 spot as far as like draft order, but budget wise, it wasn't that way, right? So he only came in a 3 spot, I think, because of the way that the rankings made the draft order go. Does that make sense? Like he had to be drafted in the spot he was drafted in because of where he fell in the power rankings, more than like he was paid up to the value of a 3rd spot. No,
I get you. So he AJ came in. They only had to pay, Epic Roll only had to pay 900 for him out of the 10,000.
That's a stopper kind of paycheck, right? As far as that goes, right?
Yeah, but he was also the 3rd person on their team.
But they had to choose that though.
Well, they had
kinda.
But
I mean, could have went lower, I guess. But for $900, maybe you accidentally got a guy like AJ.
I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to put together a team, those first 3 spots have to produce points. You have to. I mean,
who was their 5th?
Their 5th on that team was Kevin Sherrill,
and 4 was
Matt Elkins. Yeah. So I mean, and remember, I picked Epic Roll to win it all. I mean, I thought with that lineup they're going to do phenomenal. But it just turns out that the 3, 4, and 5 for them just didn't put any points on the board. Well, I mean, Matt Elkins did eventually. It kind of like Matt Elkins often does. He starts slow and then he finds his place. And we talked about how Hodger kind of gave him a little bit of speech and got in his ear, and then all of a sudden became the Matt Elkins we knew. But it's tough. It's tough. I don't know.
So Epic Roll and Black Rifle both kind of suffered from that overpaying from the top spot player situation. It seems like too. They kind of lost out on some of those upper middle class kind of players when they overspent for PJ and Andy. They had to kind of accept some lower tier 3, 4, and 5s, I guess.
Well, I mean, every team did really, because I mean, even first form with Canuto. I mean, all the top 3 guys, Canuto and Varela and Barch, all went for 52 or 5,300. And then
Marshall was the one that did the right thing by spreading it out. Then,
I mean, they got a bargain with Elijah at 4,400. If you remember, then they got Dave Sassari for 3,600, which was a steal, obviously being the number 1. And their 3rd was Ben Eddy for just 1,000. And he put points on the board. So I want to do a damn post on the strategy of the draft, and I will. But I think that's really important. Is like you have to have killers, but you also have to be able to find a way to save some money for some stoppers. And then it's just like fantasy football. There's going to be some people like a Jet Thompson that just comes out of freaking nowhere. It's a little bit harder because like a lot of these guys on this list are known.
That's what I was just going to ask. Is like, who on this list is that guy this season? Because I mean, most of these guys, we know who they are. Like I obviously I didn't know about Dory, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know about all the grapplers that are out there, but I didn't know about Dory. Who else I didn't know about? That was about it. And Sebastian, I'm sorry.
But here's the question for you guys. I mean, as you look at these lists, and I know Nunchuck put together a list. We've talked about this in the past.
I think we should bring that list back in, just so
Nunchuck's
people
list?
can just so people can see his list. Let me stop sharing.
That's fine.
This.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to say that we've seen a bit of a hangover from doing like IBJJF and ADCC to the PGF. All right, they're used to those things where they win by positional advantage, where they win by ref's decision, and things like that. But in the PGF, it is submission or nothing. And so I think a lot of those guys that have a lot of success in IBJJF scenarios, they're going to have a rude awakening when they realize, like, if you don't get a sub, you might as well have lost. But go ahead.
So these are the nunchucks right here.
Let's
These
go.
are the power rankings. He's got Polar Dilla at 15. Damn, dog. No respect for the man. It's a 4-time trials.
How do we randomize this thing and get this draft rolling?
Oh, listen, I have
Seems like stuff
pictures.
to do.
I have pictures of all the guys, so we'll bring up a picture and we'll start the bidding. How about that?
Wait, so we got a bid for it too? We're doing that?
Oh shit.
That's what I was asking. Are we just picking our players, or we got to try to bid for this?
So we all have 10,000 points, and we're gonna do it like the real deal.
Like last time, or you guys don't want to do that?
I'm cool with whatever, man. I don't know.
Whichever way, just trying to figure out what we're doing.
All right. Well, let me bring up the board. Hold on. All right.
So 10,000, and we get 5 players. Not just gonna
10,000.
spend it all.
I'm gonna
on
spend it all on my
Elijah.
first pick. Nah, not Elijah.
So I have it on my Photoshop.
Better
'Cause
pick
I
Elijah.
can update it, live and without having to do too much. But let me bring up the guys.
Just one random
And-
player at a time, right?
Let me
Yeah.
bring up the calculator.
Yep. Bring out a calculator.
All right, 2,000
Well,
on the board.
I got my Excel spreadsheet. It's all good. Hey, give me 1 second. Let me get.
X got to go talk to his kids. He's like, shut up. I'm doing a podcast. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I have 20. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what is that doing there? Hold on.
Damn it, Nunchuck.
What'd I do?
I don't know. Something, I'm sure.
Yeah, most likely.
You haven't got caught for it, but I know you're guilty.
I'll tell on myself eventually.
We'll find out.
Sorry, let me I gotta move this. Move this to damn it.
Well, darn, I was not sure how to do this now.
All right. Open. Okay. I'm gonna come here. Boop.
Oh, my graphics got nunchucks down in the.
Dog. That's what I
He's
was saying.
professional, man.
We'll just put the word over it.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I got to take that down. I'm going to bring up the players, the athletes, share screen. And here's our first pick.
First guy up.
First guy up, bro.
Who's putting $7,000 on him?
Hold on. Wait, hold on. This thing just there we go. Now. Okay. So
2,000. 2,000.
I'm going 3,200 right up.
Ooh.
holy shit.
3,200.
33.
Ah, you fucker.
Oh, language, young man.
That's a third of your money right there, sir.
Steven,
Okay.
are you in for 33?
I said it.
He's the one
All
that said
right.
it. So
34.
Nunchuck.
Egg?
Oh,
34.
Nunchuck's got it right now.
I'm out.
So 3,400?
3,400.
Oh, damn. 3,400. Adam Bradley. Damn, man. That's like third of your budget, son.
It is. It is.
All right. Okay.
So that's the fun thing. Like we figured out that like it's dangerous. Spend a lot of money early, but I mean at ECC, CJI. I mean he's got the resume, so we'll see. Chuck.
I definitely had him highly rated, but I don't know.
It's tough though because do you?
I think it will.
What's
the
the mission?
random. He don't know.
All right. Here's our second guy.
2,000.
Let me see where I got him.
2,000.
I got this guy. Oh, okay.
He's gonna start googling right now.
Yeah. We watched 10 matches real quick.
We don't have enough time for all this, Nunchuck. You should have been prepared. Nobody else?
Anybody
2,000?
else? Man, I think that's a little too low for Porfirio.
Then
Going once, going
yeah.
twice. For what?
Hold on. I mean, so well, I mean, if that's too low, then put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, you got money, Wallow?
I'm trying to hold out because I know I'm gonna have to battle it out
Mm-hmm.
on something. So
Okay.
yeah,
Sold to
You're
me.
gonna let him steal them?
hey, yeah, I'm gonna have to because I'm gonna have to steal somebody else. So Dream 2,000 Porfirio.
Y'all just. Ooh.
That's a deal, man. You get on him.
You're so giddy.
Oh, that's the Daniel Sadler of this draft for sure.
I don't know. I mean, Travis Thomas this morning with Inside BJJ freaking was talking some smack on him. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
didn't
oh,
see
what
that.
did he say?
You'll have to go check out the podcast to see.
Ah,
Oh,
Tease in the business.
mhm.
Okay, who's next? I got Porfirio.
all right. $1,000 right off the bat.
2,000.
Tell me something I don't know about this guy.
I'll tell you something you don't know. From my good friend, I sent him a text and said, I literally said, "Can you give me a quote about Brailer Grout that I can use on a podcast later tonight?" It's for the PGF. One of his training partners and a good friend of mine, Sloan Commerce, said he's stupid strong and will find his way around your neck in the most unlikely positions. You could be attempting a leg lock on him, and the next thing you know, you're getting Darce choked.
Yeah, he's a Darce Master, black belt under Keenan Cornelius.
2,000.
I want to go 2,200.
24.
Ooh.
Nobody with 2401?
Going once,
No, we're doing
gotta move by
100
hundreds.
increments, bro.
going twice.
2,500.
He
All
counts.
right, Steven.
You got money, Steven. You still got 6,000.
I mean, you love the San Diego. He's wearing a rash guard just for you.
Going once.
What did you say?
Going twice.
What was your
I said
25.
2,500.
Well, let's get 25.
I go 26.
He's one of the bigger guys. I mean, that's the thing. We talked about like different sizes here. He's known for being stupid tall and stupid strong with those Darces. I mean, Darces are kills.
Listen to
know.
Egg trying to talk you into it because he's
I
Trying
know.
to get you out of whatever y'all think.
I'm
Whoever
not
y'all
talking to
think.
anyone anything. I'm just.
We know who
spitting
Egg's
facts.
waiting on to drop his money on.
I'm spin facts out there. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Nunchuck going once.
25.
Egg going twice. All right, 2,600 to the dream.
Wait, was it 25, right?
No,
I
because that's
bet-
what Wall had.
Yeah, you 26, bro.
Okay.
Damn. All right. Let me put it on there.
What if you accidentally
All right,
spend all your
Dream.
money on two guys?
Say again.
So Dream, you're spent 4,600 so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next. Hold on.
Oh.
There we go.
Going two guys.
Caleb Crump.
800.
I think we. What did you say?
800.
900.
1,200.
I'm out.
Let's go, Caleb. Caleb's a
ones.
dark horse.
No, I think he's a good
Egg?
choice too, man. I just spent a little bit more already, and I need to kind of hold back on maybe.
I mean, he can be one of those stoppers
Yeah.
for sure.
I think he's going to get
1,200.
some kills. I think he's definitely going to get a couple kills, but I just don't know.
We didn't
overall.
see him last season, so we get to see him this season for sure. So
He's been putting in work since then too. I've been
I-
following the social media stuff. So
me
like,
too.
I
Yeah.
just
Yeah. It was frustrating because
at
I mean,
this point of the draft, I don't feel confident spending any more of my budget. But I think he's a good choice at what'd you say, 2,200?
1,200.
1,200.
1,200. Don't do that to me.
That's what he did during season 3. He like, oh, you got this much
Throw
money?
an extra band on me.
I'm
like that?
practicing my skills here.
Okay. All right. Next one
So
up.
now Chuck was 12. You said
1,200.
I'm down to $5,400.
All right. Next guy
just
up.
like me.
Cam Hurd. $1,000.
We're gonna have to battle it out.
1,100.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
$1, Bob.
1,200. Going
1,300?
once.
Not Chuck on the board right now. 1,300.
Fuck, man. All right. Is yours? I have like. I know what I need.
What was that? How much?
1,300, I believe.
1,300.
It
I'm
was-
down to 4,100.
And so
Two spots
Nunchuck's already got he's already got 60% of his team picked.
I got three
Yeah,
guys. Yeah,
He's
Yes,
got
which
3
is 60%
guys.
Crazy.
I'm gonna drop some money on this.
last two guys.
All right.
Yes.
Next guy up is Chris Wojcik. 1,100.
2,500. 25.
100. That's a good choice. I had him ranked a little
Hold
low.
on. Hold on. No, I can't. I can't because I got a certain
26.
number that I'm. Oh,
Say again?
26 for the dream.
27. He's just trying to pick me up, but that's great.
How much money you got? Egg 10 grand still? Dang.
Now, Chuck, are you out?
Yeah, I'm out.
Went twice.
Dream, are you out?
Hold on, let me do some math.
Math
Okay.
is hard. I know.
Is your mathing?
Let me. Put
Yeah, I'm
15
out.
seconds.
I'm out.
All right. Bam. Boom. Mine. Thank you.
$3,300. Chris Wojcik to Egghead.
2,700. Thank you very much.
What
27.
you said 3,300.
No. I said
Oh,
25. Then Steven said 26. And I said 27. Thank you.
Oh,
I got
my
my sales
bad.
spreadsheet. Don't be trying to do that to me.
7,200 it is.
All right.
I'm sorry. What
Just
was
'cause
the
you-
real number?
Just because you guys can't math.
You did
2,700.
27.
Thank you very much.
2,700. Okay.
It's a steal.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see who's next. Davis Asari,
Ooh.
$2,000.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
21,
22,
23,
24,
25.
I was waiting for somebody else to come in.
You son of a bitch. No, I can't overspend because I'm gonna get stuck again at the end with no. Okay.
I mean, the regular season champion from season 6. I mean, he had the most points. He's a killer.
Yeah.
I'm
I
surprised
hear you.
Steven's so quiet over there.
But this dude said 2,600. Do you even have $2,600?
I said
He does.
25.
He does.
I got 4,100.
It'll leave him with 1,600 if he
I don't
gets
know.
that.
Let me see. Let me do your math real quick. 3,400, 1,200, and 1,300.
He has 41 left.
Yeah, he's got 41. Okay.
I
So,
mean, I have
all right.
the spreadsheet already built.
All right. 2,600 it is for Numchuck.
That's a nice
Let's
call.
go.
This is
That's
sorry.
a steal.
That's
I thought
a
it was
good-
25, but I'm not even mad.
Yeah,
You know what?
25
You're
too.
right. Because, yeah, 2,400.
What?
2,500.
That's 25. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm at
26?
now.
it's
I'm
25.
pretty sure it's 26 because like 25 was the opening bid, wasn't it?
26 is fine. I don't care.
All right, done.
That's just
Sold.
Yeah,
I'll
he
get my
made it.
extra hundo. So I got $1,500.
I
got a good team, though. I got Adam
Yeah.
Bradley.
Dude,
and
you got
Davis
Adam
Asari.
Bradley and Davis Asari.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Beast.
All right.
Wasn't bad.
Let's see. I still have nobody on the board.
That's the thing is like we're all waiting and we're all gonna like just.
That's how it's gonna
That's the
be.
crazy
though.
thing about the damn randomness is
There you go. There's your guy.
Dory Ayun.
100.
because he says
100.
I'm down, so it's a D
Yeah.
down.
Listen, I didn't see him get a lot of subs, but this guy's gonna wear people out. I think this guy's gonna be a stopper. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
he's-
$1,000.
He's a solid number 5. I mean, if he gets on the right, whichever team gets him for like a number 5 price, he's a beast. He controls people like crazy. He has wins over other people on this roster, but they're by decision
Hey.
mostly.
I don't get tired.
He doesn't.
I love that shit. When he said that, it's like, I don't get tired. I'm like, yeah, what's up, boy?
He's like Caleb
All right.
McAllister. He weaponizes cardio, so you get 1,000.
Yeah, $1,000. All right. Anybody else?
1,100.
1,200.
Come on, guys.
Was that a bid?
Sure, 1,300.
The dog bit. 1,400. You want to let me have him. It's okay.
I mean, just because he only got one submission in the whole qualifier.
I don't need him to get a bunch of subs. I need him to stop other people. So that's why I'm picking him at 1,400. If you don't pick him up at 15.
Oh, Mark, put
Ain't
him on.
going-
No, you got him.
Yeah, boy.
So the problem is,
I'm
if
down.
this was a real thing and we actually had real teams, I would definitely go higher for him. But this is fantasy, and he just doesn't have the. I don't know if he's gonna get the points. I mean, but here's the other thing.
It's
He's
not
also
fantasy.
he's also huge. I mean, like,
Wait, we're trying to do this off fantasy ranking.
Well, that's
What?
I was gonna play. It's like we need points.
Like the actual points, though.
Oh, you're so your point. Yeah. We weren't going to do like the takedowns or the.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
okay. I
no,
was about to say,
got you.
shit, I haven't been thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
All right. I got my first guy on the board. 1,400. That's a fucking steal, dog. All right. Next guy up. The jabroni. Elijah Carlton.
15.
100.
$2,000.
I'm fucked.
I know you can't bid.
Can't bet on my boy.
22.
Motherfucker. 23.
What about Egghead?
Uh,
He backed out
uh,
on purpose on this one.
He ain't bidding on him at all.
What?
the bid
25
is
right
up
now, Elijah.
Yeah.
26.
Can you put some pesos down on El Jabron?
at 27.
I'm out. I ain't got no dollars.
Nah, don't even come talk to me, dog.
I'll turn my mic off.
28.
29.
You can see his nipples in that picture. Interesting.
You give him some money for that? Like a little tip? Is that's what
An
you
extra
want?
hundo, dude.
Yeah, a little tuck it in the waistbands there.
This is why we brought you on.
So sorry, Wally, you had him for what?
2,900. So nobody else? I got him.
No, it always makes you happy to have him on your team. So I'm gonna let you have that.
Hey, anybody else? Going
I'm out.
once?
No thanks.
Going twice? I got him. All right, cool. 3,000.
Okay, 3,000.
Elijah. No, it was 2,900. My bad.
Well, you said 3,000, so I'll let you bid yourself up.
It's that hundo
okay.
for the nipples.
You dorks. So I got a stopper and a point scorer so far. What's up? Holla.
Maybe.
What do you mean?
I got a guy that beat him for 2,000, by the way.
Who did you get that beat him for 2,000?
Porfirio.
I got a guy that beat him too. So what's up?
Hey, you better stop talking shit about your daddy.
It's okay. He got one on him too. So it's like 1-1, whatever.
Fedor, next up, 1,000.
Ooh, 15.
That's all he's got, by the way. 16.
Oh, well, there you go. That's black belt debut.
I know.
Yep, that's true. He just got it, didn't he?
Back in June, I believe. Maybe July.
All right. Going once, going twice.
How much is that?
$1,700.
16.
Oh, my bad. 16.
Totally trying to add that 100. He's taxing.
All right. 16
Nice.
for
That's cool.
Fedor, Dream Team. All right. Okay. Next guy up is Kemoy Anderson. Season 5 runner-up. 3 seasons. No, wait. Season 2.
1,000.
Season 5.
You had him ranked pretty low. You're going 1,000 on him. I had him in top 8, I think. Yeah, I had him at 6.
Well, you got 1,500 left. Is that what you're gonna do?
I mean, I'll throw 1,500 on the board for Kamoy.
So you are bidding 15 for Kemoy.
I'll take Kamoy for 1,500. Sure.
Have fun.
Egg. He just outbid you by to $1,500. Are you going?
Oh no way! I'm happy having him off the board. I'm not like Kamoy, but like having Nunchuck done.
Yeah.
So
Dream, you're out. You're out of that one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No
All
offense,
right.
boy.
no, Kamoy's a beast, and he's gonna have a great season.
All right. So that rounds out Nunchuck's team with Adam Bradley, Caleb Crum, Cam Hurd, Dave Cesari, and Kemoy Anderson.
Not a bad team. I wanted
No.
Travis. Not going to lie. I want Travis, but you know what? I'm out of money, so.
And out of roster spots, crazy.
All right. Next guy up. Kyle Boehm.
2,000.
I don't think Dream can
I can hear.
bid.
Yeah, I can.
No love for his old teammate, huh?
Kyle's a big boy.
That's not what I said.
Nice play, Egg. Nice play. Yeah, bro, that's your boy. You're gonna throw some shuttle his
If that's
way.
the game that we're playing. I got about 10 of them motherfuckers on here, so that ain't
All
gonna
right,
work.
so thank you very much, Kyle Bain to Egghead for 2,000.
That's not a
Appreciate
bad
it.
pickup
No,
for
not
sure.
yet, bro. Not yet.
No, it's a very
Dream?
solid pick.
No,
Dream, are
no.
you out?
Yeah, I don't have that much to spend right now. If he
no,
had came up
Chuck is out.
earlier in the thing, that would have been an easy pick.
That's
Oh.
that's the fun about the randomness, guys, right?
Yes or no?
I'm out.
Don't be scared, homie.
Yeah, you
All
can
right,
have
well,
him,
thank
Egg.
you. Appreciate it.
Egg. You have Kyle Chambers for 2,000.
Kyle Bain.
Bang.
My bad.
He's a whole different color.
Oh, hey. All right. Next guy up.
Well, that was slides. Go. Freaking nunchuck.
The other Kyle.
There he is.
1,000.
Kyle Chambers is a G,
1,100.
dude. How much? Where are we at?
1,100.
1,100.
That's a steal for Kyle Chambers. I had him.
I'm going to
ranked
go 12.
13.
Man, his leg blocks are points for sure.
high. He's also a dog.
Man, he is. He is.
If I ever go to the evening classes, I might actually train with them. Won't.
What did you say was your bid?
I'm at 13, I believe.
I think you said 14.
No, pretty sure it's at 13.
I think we need to rewind that shit back.
Okay, go ahead, do it.
We can't.
I want to start over.
Fuck. All right. We can have.
Freaking still in the draft. Thank you, 1,300, Kyle Chambers.
That's the only reason why you picked him, because he's part of your school.
No, I'm still on all the freaks from Steven. Who's the freak now?
Oh, hey. I wouldn't say that.
Oh, come on, Walla. I'm having fun. He's gonna work me over when we get to the open mat. It's gonna be great.
Next guy up,
You got rubber guards?
Marcin. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a lot about Marcin. I haven't looked him up too much.
I was trying to look up his accolades.
Marcin Machulovitz.
So
Okay.
Because Steve knows, I think that's the hardest name he has the whole season.
I'm gonna try to
Marcin
steal him for
Machulovitz.
$500.
6.
So he was a brown belt IBJJF world's champ.
Okay, I knew he had something. I knew
Yeah, he did the weight class above.
What'd you say,
Jory.
500?
Yep.
Ooh, that's
I'm gonna steal him for $500. Going once.
600. I mean, that cheap. I can't not.
Let it go. Walla, that'll be his 4th player.
Yeah, I am. I'm letting it go for 700.
I'm not even gonna try to spell his last name.
I was putting Mac when I was writing his name down.
March-
$700. I'll take $700.
March, like the month.
That's my number
Marcin
5 spot for $700. I'll take that.
Machulovitz.
He's huge. He's a beast. He beat Dory.
Wait, hold on. So yeah, okay. So next guy. Hold on. My dog's. Oh.
Shoot.
We got
All right. Yeah, I did. All right. Next guy up is Nathan Haddad. $1,000.
Added.
Had it.
Had it. Fuck. See, when he's around, I say it right. When he's not around, I just had it. I had it. Nathan had it. He had it with us saying Haddad.
He was
$1,000.
He
So
was
again?
close to the finals last year, wasn't he? Or last season? He was like
He-
he finished like
well,
top 10.
Team points.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was team points. He had one submission, got the kill in under a minute.
I
But
said
that was-
1,000. So
Okay.
Say what you said.
$1,000. Going once,
Steal.
twice.
That's your
Just
second
solid.
player.
Fuck yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go. Hold
What's
on, let me
third?
put it down.
That's his third.
Because he got Elijah and Dory, and now Nathan.
Okay, and Dory. Okay. What did he pay for Dory?
1,400.
Bro, I stole that guy.
What'd you pay for
I got
Elijah?
2,900.
2,900.
Oh, my math has been wrong. Oh my god.
Man, should you really use an Excel spreadsheet?
All right. Nathan had it.
How many points you got left, Wallow?
He's got
I
two
got,
spots
let's
now.
see. Yeah, 2 spots, but I got a
And
lot
he's
of
got
money.
4,700 bucks left.
Let's go. Next guy up. Paul,
3,300.
Right at the gate.
3,400.
Oh, you suck. Damn it. I can't. 33 is all I got.
What's up, dog?
He's
Figure
probably
guy.
going to win the season. All right.
All right,
Mm.
let's see
What's
how.
up, Wallow?
Well, what do I got left now? 1,300 bucks.
Has he had some matches with some guys on the roster?
Probably.
I haven't checked, but yeah, I'm
He had
sure.
a match with your mom.
Well, I know who won that one. I wonder about Ryan Aiken.
Oh boy.
How does
All
he
right,
stack up with Ryan?
We'll find out, unless they're on the same team.
It's competitive. At the very
All right, next guy up.
So you got who took Paul? Who took Paul?
Wallow
I took
did.
Paul.
I got
How much?
3,500 on Ryan.
Bro, you're out.
How much
Yeah.
did you pay for Paul?
Let me have the money back.
Don't check your done.
3,400.
3,400.
Yeah.
So you're
You
down
suck,
to
Wallow.
3,400 now.
Oh,
So
wait a second. No, he can't. He doesn't have that much money left.
no, yeah.
200.
3,300.
How much?
3,300. 3,300.
Okay.
Wait. 34.
Is this the he might be the highest grossing so far.
No, you had Adam Bradley for 34, and I had
Paulo Dealers at 34.
we
So
have
three.
Paul-
So Aiken, Bradley, and Ardila are all 3,400, and I can't go that high. So is what it
Yeah.
is.
Dream. How
Well,
much
so-
money you got left?
400.
All right. So Ryan Aiken going to the Dream Team. Next one up, Sebastian Attard.
This guy's a qualifier, right?
Yep.
Austin,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
1,300.
I can't bid it. So then I'm gonna get Stuart Cooper, and then it looks like you're gonna get Travis Thomas Egghead.
Travis Thomas by default, the luckiest freaking.
Fuck, I should have waited.
By default. It's
Yeah,
called strategery, young man.
All right. So
All right, and hey, you know what? That's straight up with Wallow's attitude. Those guys are of a kind, so that's perfect.
all right. So I got Sebastian. You're not gonna bid me.
No,
All right. Cool. 1,300. Sebastian and Stuart Cooper goes to the Dream for whatever he has left, right?
400, yeah. Wait, what's the order? Maybe the other order's wrong. Maybe I don't want to bid it if it's the next guy. He's got to bid on him.
I don't have to bid on anything.
Somebody's
I don't
got to
have to bid.
bid. I don't want to bid
no, we
either.
don't. No, we don't.
All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip a coin.
No, I have more money. I get Travis Thomas.
How?
because I saved my money.
That wasn't in the rules though.
Okay.
So can you can you outbid him on this and get Travis? How much money you got, Egg?
No,
we both
no,
only
not
have
Chuck.
one
You only
player
have 5
left.
spots.
I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Yes, we know.
So we're in a lockout here. Nobody's gonna bid on Stewart.
What's the official rule here on this? Is there official like way this ever has to be worked out? Because it's never been
It's never
said.
been.
Well, no, because this
we
is
never
the
had
first
Randy.
time.
The reason I'm doing this is because what if this happens
Yeah.
at the thing?
That's a Brandon question.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's a thing now to think about, right? To consider here, because what is the official ruling? Which I know what I think it is, and I'm going to take Stewart anyway because I didn't have him that lowly ranked like you did. So easily for me, the $400 Stewart Cooper spot is a steal. But I think that would be the best way to do it if it went down to that. Would be like the guy with the most money at the end.
Yeah.
If somehow somebody
Just a bit.
cycles down to the bottom,
Yeah.
they just go back to the 30 spot, I guess, if nobody pays for them or whatever it is.
It's kind of like drafting in the NFL. If you don't pick within the time allotted, they just skip you.
But then you're not having to pick a player though. You're taking your pick of players. That would be different.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, I would pick Travis at this spot. But now that I don't have the choice, I have to bid, which is so let's say it's not like apples and apples here for that.
No,
But
I got you.
I think I won anyway. So
And the last guy, Travis Thomas.
3,300.
I told Travis that he was going to be the last ranked guy today when I talked to him.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Just want to point out I'm still 1-0 against him.
I wasn't gonna be able to get him because
I'm
I only
retired.
had $1,300. So
I went really hard at the beginning, so
yeah.
If I don't do well, then I was wrong.
So let's look at the teams. All right. So in this mock draft, we have Team Nunchuck with Adam Bradley, Caleb Crump, Cam Hurd, Davis Asari, and Kimo Anderson. Then the dream team is Andres Porfirio, Braylor Grout, Fyodor Nikolov. Fyodor. Nikolov. What the hell did I put here for 30?
Ryan Aiken.
Ryan Aiken for
and Coors
for 3,000 bucks.
Stuart Cooper.
3,400
Court
bucks.
Stupor.
And Stewart.
Come on, now, Chuck. He's past his TV limit, y'all.
Then Eggs got Chris Wojcik, Kyle Bain.
If only there was a spreadsheet available.
Who's your third guy?
Kyle.
I got both Kyles.
The other
Bame and
guy.
Chambers.
That's right. I put your name in there instead of the other Kyle.
I shared the screen.
What a dickhead. All right. So you got both Kyles, Chris Wojcik, Marcin, and Travis Thomas. And then I got Dory Ayun, Elijah, Nathan Haddad, Paul Ardilla, and Sebastian Attard. I'm pretty happy with my team, bro. I don't know about y'all, but
I mean, if they're visual, they could just see a spreadsheet really quick.
this motherfucker. Okay.
For real. And I got to get off of there and
It'll wake people up.
be a good parent here in a
Get them
minute.
going.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, those are our teams.
I'm happy.
Listen, for whoever's been here for the last 2 hours just hanging out, thank you.
Drop a W in the chat while I yawn into my microphone.
So thank you for hanging out. This was our mock draft. This was the first mock draft of the season. You can find 20,000 other podcasts doing their mock draft and doing
we're the
power
first.
rankings. But we're the first. Anyway, with that said, we're out of here. We'll talk to you next week and we'll have a special guest and you'll find out.
Let's go.
All right. We're out. Peace. Adios.